Hi, so I posted a video yesterday on how to just doing some sort of texture painting in Forger using the color brush, and I started using some stamps, and I got a few responses saying, hey, how do you import stamps into Forger? So I thought I'd do a very quick video on how I do that. If you see at the moment, I've got my color brush and I've got some stamps here, and I can pick any one of these, and I could pick a darker color, and then I could potentially drop that in and use it to paint with if I wanted to. So how do I go about adding those stamps in? So the easy thing to do is to go onto a web browser and then to search for alpha maps of some kind. I was looking for some dinosaur stuff here, and then you sort of browse through, look for something different here. You're looking for ideally a square format, at least like 512 pixels, maybe larger. When you find something you like, you can select it and hold down your finger on it, and then you can add the photos ideally. Oh, I don't want that one, hang on, let's just try that again. Hold down and add the photos, there we go, so you can download it. Then it'll be in your photo albums. If I click my photo album here, I've got a Forger directory. I've already put a couple in here. That's the one we just tried down the bottom here. Let's pick one of the others. Let's pick this sort of chalky looking one. So what you can do is you can select those images, and then in the top you've got the little arrow next to the heart button. You've got the little arrow, you can select that, and you can move your photo to save to files down the bottom here. Oh, sorry, don't print. Let's try it again. Save to files, there we go. And then if you look at the top here, you've got basically two options. You've got iCloud Drive and on my iPad, and I guess you've got Google Drive because I've installed that app. So if I open up on my iPad, you'll notice there is a Forger directory which installed, it created it when you installed the program. So if you scroll down the list, you'll see there's one at the bottom called Stamps. I'm going to select that and we're going to hit Save. So it's now put this image into my Stamps directory. So if I go back to Forger and I look at I'm on the color brush here, I look at my Stamps list, you'll see right at the bottom it's added that one we just tried. So now I could use that to paint with. If I make it bigger, you can see I can paint with that. And the other thing you can do as well, I mean, I would recommend getting a range of these, obviously. This one actually looks quite nice for texture. You get some nice sort of build up on this guy. If you make it a bit bigger, a bit lighter, yeah, that could be quite fun for painting with. The other thing you can use them for is if you go into the stamp brush, which is fifth from the bottom, you can also set them as a sculpt tool. So in this case, I've got this sort of speckly, spotty one, and it's a decent brush size. If I drag that out, you can see it's going to put that pattern onto my model, which how I get a lot of the fine detail. So I could try it with the newer one, drag that out, and I get a sort of, I think this was a rock brush, so I get kind of a crusty surface there, which might be quite nice if you're making some rocks. Get a few of these going. You could turn the strength up, and you get something a lot stronger. So it does tend to feather off when you plant it on the surface, but these are really useful tools for getting in detail. So that's how you install stamps. You can use them for colors, you can use them for painting, and the one I was using yesterday on the video is this one here, which again I just make a very large brush and I just sort of dot it in, and it gives me quite a nice speckly pattern to the surface. Great for sort of creatures and monsters and kind of slimy looking things. So that's how I add stamps. Really easy. Give it a go. Save it to your stamps directory in your files. Thanks a lot.